So, there's this guy named Igo Jinpachi. Yeah, his name is literally Igo. He gathers 300 of Japan's best young soccer players, locks them in a place called BLUELOCK and says, only one of you will become the ultimate striker. The rest? Your soccer career is done. Absurd, right? But it's not just about being absurd. Let me explain. The goal is to create a generational striker, someone who can lead their team to World Cup glory and inspire a new generation. The narrative is that to become a top striker, you need to be exceptional, both physically and mentally. To some extent, it's very true because you can be top-notch physically, but the mental aspect is significantly more important than the physical part. In the professional world, going from hero to zero can happen in just one moment. The big question is how a 16-year-old will have the mentality of a world-class striker. Well, make them risk their professional career even before becoming one. This sounds crazy, but remember, the goal is even crazier. Let me give you an example. Imagine a Brazilian kid whose only ticket to escape poverty and the harsh life of the favelas is football. Now compare that to the life of a Japanese kid who gets 3 meals a day and has a decent life. The difference in hunger is clear because the Brazilian kid is betting his whole life on his goals. While for the Japanese kid, if football doesn't work out, he can pursue a different career. How will you compete against those kids? BLUELOCK basically puts players into this reality of losing their professional careers from the very beginning. As the show goes on, elimination becomes an integral part of every selection process. We can see from the very beginning, ego making them understand that their goals will only matter. We do see players are hungry for their own goals, as they understand that only thing that will help them survive BLUELOCK is their goals. Now, let's compare BLUELOCK with other sports anime. The most clear distinction is that BLUELOCK focuses on individualism rather than teamwork. Other anime shows us how to overcome obstacles as a team and rely on teammates. But BLUELOCK presents an individualistic approach. We see players go through their own journeys to get past their obstacles because of the competitive environment. BLUELOCK is closer to reality in terms of professional sports than any other sports anime. It shows how cutthroat it can be, and also captures the emotions of being on the other side, not making it to the pros. The funny part is, whenever we viewers get comfortable and forget, we are immediately reminded, this is BLUELOCK. This is where dreams come true, and dreams come to an end too. To be on top, you need your teammates, but you also need to have that individualism in you to some extent. You see, everyone in BLUELOCK is a striker. Ego makes a whole team out of strikers. You might think it's absurd, and to some extent, it does seem that way. But what he's really trying to do is separate the creamy layer, finding the superior striker among already good and talented strikers. The amazing thing is that every single player can score goals. Now imagine playing against a team where every player has the ability to score goals like a striker, and at the helm of that team is an elite striker, leading them to victory. That's what makes BLUELOCK so fascinating. It's not just about teamwork. It's about individual brilliance that pushes the boundaries of what we think is possible.